In this example, we are given that WX is 5 centimeters, WV is 4 centimeters, and we're trying to find VZ. Okay, because this is a rhombus, by the definition of a rhombus, all the sides are congruent. So that means Vx, Xy, Yz, and Zw are all the same length. Now I'm going to transfer my dimension over to Zw, and you'll see why in a minute. The diagonals of this rhombus divide the rhombus into 4 right triangles. Theorem 6.15 says that the diagonals of a rhombus meet at a 90-degree angle. So that means we have a right triangle there. Now in this right triangle, and let me focus in on that, in this right triangle here, we know 2 sides. And we can use Pythagorean theorem to find our third side. The Pythagorean theorem says a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the legs of the right triangle, and c is the hypotenuse, or the longest side of that triangle. So right now, I have, let's call this, we're going to call this 4 centimeters A, and then this 5 centimeters is our hypotenuse, which will be C. So I'm going to be looking for B. All right, let's plug in what we know. I know that one leg is 4 centimeters long. So I'm going to put that in for A. I'm trying to find my second leg, so I'll leave the B there. And then the hypotenuse is 5 centimeters long. So I replace C with a 5. Now to go ahead and solve this for B, I'm going to have to square both of my 4 and my 5. That gives me 16 plus B squared equals 25. Subtract 16 from both sides of the equation. That cancels out the 16 on the left and leaves me with b squared equals, then 16 from 25 is 9. Now, be careful with this. I don't want to divide to get rid of that 2. That 2 is an exponent. The opposite, or the inverse operation from a power, is a root. So to get rid of a square, I'm going to have to square root both sides. That eliminates the square and leaves me with just b. And my answer here, the square root of 9, is 3. So the length of VZ is 3.